on sevens, you've got fall camp. There is plenty of time to look back and say, okay, well, against, Purdue in the Big Ten championship game, what did he do well? What did he do not do well? That and I'm talking about, this is how I would approach it as a player, how I did approach it as a player. You look back and you say, okay, I want to be able to continue to improve upon and capitalize on the things I did well. Mm-hmm. But you then have to look at the things that are your shortcomings, the things that you don't do well, and find ways. And this is where you identify those. Your coach will identify those, and they'll communicate those to you. And then you say, okay, let's sit down together. Let's put a plan in place to help make some of those things. Let's move those into the strength category.
And here's the other thing. Look, I know college football is a lot different than when you play, but especially at a place like Michigan, when you look historically, their most successful quarterbacks got better as they played. I mean, Brian Griese got better senior year, led you guys to the national championship.
Yeah.
Tom Brady was a lot better when he was a senior than he was. I mean, so this whole thing, or people that think, J.J. McCarthy's is ceiling. No, I don't think so. 248-539-9797. Dan Campbell will join us a little after 8 o'clock. Let's go to Johnny in Southfield. You're 97 on the ticket.
Hey, thank you for taking my call. I also want to say I'm a long-time listener and caller and other shows, and it's an honor to talk to you, Stoney, and to you, John.
Thank you, John.
And I will ask you guys one question, and to see, and I'll tell you why I'm asking this question. Do you guys think it's a disappointing season for Michigan?
No, I think it's a disappointing ending, but I don't think it's a disappointing season.
Okay, and this is why I say that. So before the college committee changed all the rules, what was Michigan's motto? Beat Ohio State, win the Big Ten championship, and go to the Rose Bowl. Well, since the committee and college football changed their rules, now there's a playoff system. So what I feel like Michigan needs to do is, now you need to beat Ohio State, win the Big Ten title. You can't really go to the Rose Bowl because how they changed it. Now they have to put their minds, hey, we got to win a national title now. I mean, back then, if a national title happened, it happened. But those were the top three things that they were committed to.
Johnny, let me ask you a question.
The university, what they're doing is they're gearing themselves where they're here to be not only undefeated, to pass their conference, and just to get into the playoffs and win.
Johnny.
They prepare themselves for that national title.
Johnny.
And I believe that's what Michigan needs to do.
Johnny, let me ask you a question. Did they make it to the playoff the last two seasons?
Yeah, they did.
Okay, so...
And let me ask you another question. And yes, I understand your point, and it's well taken up until they did change things for the college football playoffs. But what Jim Harbaugh said at Big Ten Media Days, they had 4 goals. And this is the first time he's actually come out and verbalized that publicly. It was beat Michigan State, beat Ohio State, win the Big Ten, and win a national title. That's their goals. Yes. And so they accomplished 3 of the 4. So that also leads me to believe that, okay, this was not a disappointing season, but it's a disappointing ending. You attained 3 of your 4 goals, but you weren't able to accomplish the final one.
You're not going to go 13-0 every season and win the Big Ten. You're not.
No, you're not going to.
But you can aspire to do that.
And that's the disappointing part about this season. So last year, they lost to Michigan State. They got some help by Michigan State then losing to Purdue, beating Ohio State, and they were able to win the Big Ten. They got to the Big Ten title game. They won the Big Ten title, and they got into the college football playoffs. This year, they took care of all of their own business. Not all pretty.
Right.
The Illinois game, it was a slugfest, and they were able to be the last man standing at that point and kick a field goal. Money Moody came through for him. All right? Well, Money Moody's not going to be there next year.
Correct.
You're going to have to find somebody else to fill his shoes. There's going to be a number of Oluwatimi is not going to be there next year. You've got to find somebody to fill his shoes. Ryan Hayes, it sounds like he has accepted a bowl, senior bowl, or whatever it is. There's going to be a number of guys that aren't there. You've got to be able to fill those shoes. So you're not always going to take care of your own business. You're not always going to be 13-0.
Right. And you look, I don't want to look too far ahead, but they have Michigan State and Penn State on the road next year. Granted, they beat Penn State on the road 2 years ago, but that's always been very tough for them to do well.
Yeah.
And Penn State looks like they're going to be really good next year. So it's not going to be easy. And
No.
Ohio State, even though it's in Ann Arbor, certainly not going to be easy. Of course, they can win. Obviously, they proved it the last 2 times. But, to expect them, that's why this one hurt so much.
Yeah.
Because it was there for them, and they let it slip away. And that's what we're trying to figure out why. Was it arrogance? Was it looking ahead? Was it not respecting their opponent? Just getting out-coached, outplayed. Few plays, that was it. And they should be taken to task for the game and the strategy for the game. Yes, that was bad, really bad. But as far as the whole season was, they were a really good football team. They were.
Yeah.
Let's go to Wayne in Utica. You're 97.1 The Ticket.
Hey, fellas. Hey, Mr. Jansen, I respect you guys a lot. Love you guys. Hey, is there any way we can keep the Michigan players from trash talking before the game? Because McCarthy was saying that they're going to punch TCU's defense all over the place. And I mean,
Well, what was his exact quote?
well,
They're going to bring the Big Ten to the Big 12.
And smash
Yeah,
them.
and I thought he was kind of taunting their defense, like we were going to be able to run all over him and throw all over him. I didn't hear that. My nephew told me that. Was that some of the quotes?
That's
too?
pretty accurate. That's pretty accurate. Not completely, but it's pretty accurate. Yeah. But I don't think it was I didn't think it was trash talking per se. Hey, TCU, they had their really good cornerback.
Hodges Tomlinson.
Yes, he was talking about we're tougher, we're smaller, we're faster, and all that. They'll see what the Big 12. He said that nobody's making a big because they backed it up.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I don't know how much that stuff has to do with it.
Okay, 2 more quick questions. Best out of 5 games. Don't you think TCU would win that? Best out of 5 games.
I don't, but that doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. And it's not like making excuses because I don't think if Michigan played them 5 times, JJ would throw 2 pick sixes. I don't think after they lost the first one, they'd do the Philly special if they got in that situation again. I think they'd have different whatever. Yeah, but no, we'll never know.
Hey, and are we going to start hearing rumors about Harbaugh leaving?
Yes.
John, what's your opinion? Do you think he's going to stay?
Yeah, he's not going anywhere. Yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere. And we're going to hear this every single year. And everybody wants to know, well, why doesn't he come out and say something, right now? Why doesn't he put a statement out? Well, if he does, then tomorrow there's going to be a new rumor that says, oh, well, there's a new job opening. As soon as there's a coach fired, okay, Jeff Saturday, no longer in Indianapolis, right? Oh, well, Jim Harbaugh played there. He's in the Ring of Honor.
Okay.
Wouldn't you think he'd want to be there?
Maybe just not on Harbaugh to say something. Maybe they should have planned on this. Maybe they have, I don't know, but maybe Ward, the school needs to, step forward now and say, all right, we have an extension and he's going to be here till whatever. Just because last year, you can say what you want, okay? He admitted that he went to Minnesota.
Yeah, he was very open and honest about it.
Correct. My point is, though, it hurt recruiting last year. I don't think you wanted to hurt recruiting again. Just get it over and done with.
Okay, and in December, he said, I will be back enthusiastically coaching the Wolverines in 2023.
Well, he did.
He did say that, yes. And he signed his contract last year that says he's going to be here for another, 5 years? And you look at everything that he's done in his track record. At San Francisco, he stayed until his contract expired. Michigan, he stayed until 7 years, and he said at that point I was going to, test the waters of the NFL. He tested the waters. Now he signed a contract extension. He said he told Ward Manuel he put all of those things to rest, and he's going to be in Ann Arbor.
That's fine.
He made the statement, and that's why I say as soon as he makes the statement, if he came out today and said I'm going to reiterate the fact that in December I said I will be enthusiastically coaching the Wolverines in 2023.
So what's the harm of saying it again?
So are you expecting to come out every morning and say, you know what, hey, I'm going to send my statement to Stoney to make sure that he gets it out to everybody else?
No.
I mean, I'm just using you in a joking way.
I just think it just settles it, cools the waters for at least a little bit.
Every single day he would have to put that out, because then all of a sudden, hey, what happens? We don't know what's going to happen in Vegas, right? Do they decide that they're going to move on from Josh McDaniels as soon as that happens? Well, you know what? He spent some time with the Raiders organization.
Does he like Arizona?
All right. Yeah. I mean, all of those good.
I've heard Carolina actually, but and if they fire Steve Wilkes, they're idiots.
They're completely idiots.
Does he like Arizona? Apparently not.
Yes. Yeah. We don't need him in that stadium again. All right. 248-539-9797. Dan Campbell will join us a little after 8 o'clock.
Hey, if your New Year's resolution is to lose weight, you can get there faster than you think with Ideal You. Go to idealu.us now, and you could lose 20 pounds in just 30 days. So whether your resolution is to lose 10 pounds or 100 pounds, Ideal You works, and it works fast. I lost 10 pounds in the first 10 days, and I lost 60 pounds overall, and the best part about it is I've been able to keep it off, and I got to eat real food. It's not shakes, it's not bars, it's not potions. Plus, you're going to get a weight loss coach that works with you every single step of the way. The communication, the support that you're going to get from Ideal You is tremendous. Your coach will help you lose the weight, and you're going to be able to keep it off. And I mentioned this from January 1, 2022 to January 1, 2023, just a couple days ago. I'm down 60 pounds. I feel great, and I'm so happy that I did it. Go to idealu.us now and sign up for a free body composition analysis. That's $150 value, absolutely free. Find out what your visceral fat is, what your water percentage, weight percentage is, and so much more. I love looking at the stats. I love stats, and they gave me a whole sheet filled with those. But best of all, you're going to find out how easy it is to lose weight. Picture yourself 20 or 30 pounds lighter in just 30 days. Now's the time to make it happen. All you got to do is go to idealu.us now.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
This report brought to you by Quest Research Institute. 94 westbound at Little Mac, an accident blocks the left shoulder. Traffic slow near 14 Mile. There's a crash on the shoulder, 94 westbound at 9 Mile, and another southbound 275 after M5. If you have a tremor, maybe you found it difficult to write or use tools. Quest Research can help. Talk with the leading tremor specialist at Quest Research about treatments to help. Call 888-QUEST-24 to learn more. Treatment is free to you, and you don't need insurance. Call 888-QUEST-24. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
Jared Goff joins Karsh and Anderson Tuesdays at 10:30 on 97.1 The Ticket.
This is Boomer Esiason with an Odyssey Sports Minute. With all due respect to TCU's Sonny Dykes and Georgia's Kirby Smart, my college football coach of the year is Willie Fritz. A year after suffering through a 2-10 season, Fritz, number 16 Tulane Green Wave, completed the greatest turnaround in college football history by shocking Heisman Trophy winner Caleb Williams and number 10 USC in the Cotton Bowl 46-45. They finished at 12-2. I'm Boomer Esiason.
When cold symptoms keep you up, try Vicks NyQuil Severe for max strength nighttime relief. Just one dose of Vicks NyQuil Severe starts to relieve 9 of your worst cold and flu symptoms to help take you from 9 to none. Get some rest and feel better with Vicks NyQuil Severe. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, sore throat, stuffy nose, fever, best sleep with a cold,